here. Then get you. Back, check. Back there. The others. Then minimize you. Right. And then grab control. And get started. Got a lot of bits and bobs on me, so I'm gonna just head back. And you don't have. I think I have time. Oh. It's gonna go over here. Okay, like that was the game. Here. And maybe let's go. Back. Ready. There. And how do we get you? Somebody does say we can upgrade you. There's ways we can upgrade you. Ah. Bring down. So minimize you again. There we go. Now that's getting cut off. Wait, oh. Oh, there we go. Cool. I played terracotta, which is kind of cool. Unless I end up using a big chunk of it. Wait. Right, don't go. We also need to get wood. Fine. Stone wall or two. Still get like camp and body. Stuff I wanted to get. And iron. Here. Yeah. Was there. Whatever. We'll go with the other tools and such. This one. around the stone axe. And then so these copper picks away. One I got a spare. Crafting table. And here's the bed. What I need to do is I need to get a lot of wood. I ended up losing the one I brought with me when I went caving after the fucking dweller decided that I shouldn't be getting any iron. No siree. It was just unacceptable for him. Right, I got the lid. I don't have food. Probably get that. More buckets. All that. Now we'll get over there. Some amount of it. Sweet. Me. Here. That shift link. Wheat. 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 Since I won't be going underground, I can probably safely just bring just a extra stack of bread with me. I know over here's the jungle. I know that in that general direction there is also like a big plains biome-ish. Also in a cave. Kind of cool. Pretty neat. Probably could have used like one Fleshstone. I'm gonna go do that. Alright. Ow. Nope. Actually, a sugarcane farm per se, but sugarcane pond. And then put it down. So it brings me to the desert, as well as... No, because it brings me to the jungle as well as a forest biome. So I got multiple woods they can choose from. My letter. Wait. Nope. Closer. Got everything? Yeah, I got all the wood. I'll take it.
field trip chaperone.
Before helping prevent migraine with Qulipta, it was hard keeping plans.
And look at me.
Shush. Shush. Go grab one of the big trees. On. Above me. You step here. 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 Gotta go. US. Here. Yo, getting trees at the moment. We thought it will be a shorter stream for his reasons. I'm just getting wood. It's quick, Okay, obviously, so I've been playing like Minecraft every Monday. I think it's been 2 weeks now. But the recap of the last stream, I went mining and got a whole bunch of iron. Then he showed up, like in the freaking dweller, and he killed me. Which is fine. I mean, I can get my stuff back, but he didn't let me get my stuff back. Every time I was going back down into the cave, he'd just kill me before I could get all my stuff, and all my iron despawned. I mean, not all of it, but like it was a generally large amount of iron. Also, if you can tell, you have to modded Minecraft. That was funny. But why you just have a little dude? Lord. So he's super brutal though. Yeah, he is not very sightly. He kind of looks. It looks like I think he's a bit shorter than Enderman. I think he's the height of one. It's just that his posture makes him like. So I think he's like. I didn't really like get a chance to look at him up close, you know, because he'd immediately just get really, really pissy. I think he's around like the same height as Enderman. He just crouched, so he looks about 2 blocks tall. And he's also able to go through like 1 block gaps by crawling through them, like a baby zombie. Except like instead of the you know the baby zombie being that height, he's a big guy he's a big dude who just goes absolutely apeshit when he. Because I remember seeing the person who made the mod originally and watched their video about it ages ago. I don't remember much from it, but from what I can remember and what I've seen from him, I think he okay, there's a certain Y level that he spawns in. Yeah, at some point he'll spawn in and I think he knows generally where the player is at some time of the time. And I think he has like different phases, like obviously the first one is he spawns in. Like then either like he'll like the first time you see him, he'll immediately like run away and like hide away, like he hide away because he's shy and such, and he immediately like runs away. And then I think if that happens enough times, he gets really angry and immediately starts pursuing you. And I think he also does that if you just don't see him. And I also think if you just like ended up like seeing him at a certain distance, he immediately just goes for kill. Kinda sucks. At least I got copper, a good chunk of copper that I can use to make tools. Not the best, not iron level tools, but they're tools nonetheless. Slightly better stone tools, I think. There's little bits of wood. There's some little bits of wood in here because I'm pretty sure I can't see. These just are still floating. Probably not this one. Here. Ah, there we go. Alright. Okay. Run roughly right here. That or if, you know, I think if it's decaying, then there's no wood left. Okay, cool. Ah, shit. It's okay. We can just go. We'll just go back over there. Oh. Set. Where could I possibly have gone? leather boots on. Leather. Here. And I think I've got enough wood for right now. This was mainly just getting it so I have like stuff like, you know, make sticks, crafting tables, doors, and all the other, you know, crafting recipes that involve wood and or stuff you make with wood. Yep. Tonight, we get back to base. Yep. Obviously, the L is just like a placeholder for the time being. I'll get it built. Base built up how I want it to be. Put there. I might just make a chest specifically for the copper. Copper. Three. Wait, because I also got another chest. Okay. So, one away. One sword. Pick. You go here. I got sticks. Sticks. Copper. From the tree now. Saplings. Sticks. Wheat. Oat. Beans in there, as well as the eggs. We use for future purposes. Now I got these iron shovels. I think I got a couple more shovels. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I got a couple more. One. Fred goes here. You go here. Don't need torches at the moment. Here is the game plan, the main thing I want to get done this stream. I want to... see my shells, I'm going to be doing some digging. To be more specific, this bit right here. So you can just kind of see with my little... totem, like, ignore the dude, ignore the guy, by the way. He's just chilling there. He's the observer. Or integrator. I think he's the integrator. He's part of like what the Neep mod is about. Or Neep mod. He's like your conduit for making stuff. So if I like go to, simple example. Well, if I go here, I take a brain. I have a brain right here. I go just a rough brain. Drop some zombies. Put you here. You can enlighten it. As an enlightened brain, you can see you got some eyes on it. He's a bit of an eldritch entity. And you can see that he used up a certain amount of his data when he did that. And he kind of generates that passively. Essentially, we foster his growth. But like the idea I had was to make a almost like look like a desert temple, hence like the orange copper. I mean orange turning greenish, but that's a big deal. And also the little lapis bit in the center right there. That's what I'm mainly basing this off of. So it's gonna be going a bit in this direction as well. So let's go. Let's play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Meaning I'm over. Let me get from blocks with some markers. Very, very clear markers. Dirt. Granite. It's a spot. So over here. At least like the main pyramid part itself. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. So complete about here. Then we go over here and do the same thing. Now 1. And then so that's 1. This would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And yeah, that's roughly how big the pyramid's gonna be. Like this will be like the main chambers. Like obviously we'll have like a bunch of basement levels, you know, like laboratory, eldritch science kind of thing. Then like obviously the gate also has like, you know, the 2 little towers like on either side of the entrance. The entrance, like, you know, here's like where I'm gonna be taking a twist on it. The entrance is gonna be like lead into a dock of sorts. Like I can like have my boats and such like be docked there, other sort of things and whatnot. And then like the 2 towers would be almost like lighthouses / like observational like towers, this big old tech towers and things and stuff. That's the main idea. Did I put a granite up there? I'm pretty sure did I put the granite up here? Granite? Nope, no. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Boom. Down here. Exact same thing. No, come on. I have a sugar cane. Yep. Right there. Put with the rest of the. Gonna get everything. Obviously, to make like a desert temple like base thing, don't need a lot of sand. And as we modify it, like the area around it, we'll just get a whole bunch of sandstone, which is like the base building block, but sand can also be turned into sandstone. So by making room for our construction efforts, we'll be getting the stuff we need for the construction itself. Go. So of course it's getting a bit dark out, actually. Yes, of course it is. If we know it's not, what am I talking about? I'm losing it. You. Like that. Wow. Oh. Plenty of shows, at least. No shortage. No. But let's put like some of these away. Because we can use some of them when we go over to the mesa and grab like a bunch of like the red sand, so we get red sandstone too. Because I feel like that's a good accent color for sandstone. That and they're just like simmer blocks with like slightly different textures. Rather convenient. And, you know, we got plenty of copper. These last two more shovels. Keep those on us. Put you away. away the crafting table, put away the... Because we're not going underground. Not like a long shot. Wait. Hit you. You know what? Picks. I do have a pick here. I like to double with a pick later. Here. Probably all of this, but I still want to blend in the rest of the terrain over here. To look a little more natural, but I also want to flatten it down. I got a dog, I got a parrot. I think I got 4 dogs, got parrots, got him, the integrator. It's pretty cool. Wonder. So I have an idea. I just had an idea. Random thought. I have an idea. I got a mob farm. Then I upgraded. I also upgraded last stream thing on my mob farm. Show it once I get what I need to like upgrade it. But like a long story short, I ended up finding like a zombie spawner, like a dungeon. So I turned essentially took like that little dungeon and turned it into a mob farm. What I did last Minecraft stream was add a couple of chambers like to the sides and such, and I'm going to increase like the essentially surface area for mobs to spawn in. While that will likely increase production, my worry is that it might be like a bit hazardous to try and like manually kill the different mobs at a certain point. You know, for like creepers, I'm not sure like if like I'm thinking I was gonna grab like a there we go. Shit. Yep. Boat. Use a magma block. I take the magma block. I'm pretty sure none of these spawns. This one right there. One down here. Oh yeah, he also does this too. There's this funny little trick where... Because technically it's... how close is he? Because he, you know, because how he spawns, his base is based on like the Y level. Meaning, if you well, my point is when we're going back home. But that right there, and I just heard that was the guy. And since like so if like this, I remember like I think it was like the first time I heard him like start like immediately trying to attack me. I think it was when I was going through like different shipwrecks and such, and as I was looting one of them, I heard this really weird. Heard like his like echo noises, and I hadn't heard it before. So I heard him get really angry, but like since he was underwater, kind of slowed him down. And since I was also, I don't think I wasn't near him. I think he spawned. I think it's when he takes damage. Actually, I think when he takes damage, he ends up taking aggro. So I think maybe what happened was he drowned. As he started drowning. Like he kind of like propped his own aggro, and thus he just started getting really angry. Anywho, the zombie farm. Go. There's gotta be a thing that like. Let me go to you. Maybe like like a trap. Trap in the meat mod. Maybe like some sort of thing. Wood drain. Pocket faces. Fluid buffer. Fluid. Shift. Last tank. Advanced tank. Redstone pump. Like, toggle. Nice. Statue. One regard. There. Fire. I think we're seeing what's he? Harvest products. Large compressor. There a machine, food output port, stabilizer segment, ball mill drum. Lucky one. Stomach. Yeah, that was a lucky one. Oh, where's he? A vertical gauge. Harvest extractor. Nervous tissue. Disruptor needle, tree vacuum, gases, trommels, crushers. They're like a spikes, little spikes like and such. Analyzer segment. Boom. Things broken. LC. Painter. Oh yeah. Neat press interface. Slider, printed slider. Here, let's see a scene. I knew there'd be some kind of little like a grinder. I want to see if there's a grinder. Search. How do I make a motor? It'll die. A hopper, piston, flint, iron. Now how do I make a motor? Motor. Shift for more info. Runs on transient. Okay, so we're gonna need. Okay, so in order for the grinder, because the thing is like it essentially grinds up mobs. It's like, are you upside down? Because if I was like if I was like in my default like if I go boom, okay, over here. Boom, 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 boom. And if I was just in my normal space, like I would be, the reason I'm doing that is I got the, like, the little mini-map up there, but my hair little 10A hoagie thing sort of, okay, hair little bits would obscure it, so naturally you just go like this, just minimize that real quick, and put me up here. And that's right there. All the blood going into your brain. Yeah, all the blood goes in my brain, but blood's blue. The blood is canonically blue. Yeah, it's me a confidence. I was thinking there for a second. I don't know what I was thinking about. Nothing. So... motor. Okay, so there's a quick okay. I'm just gonna wait for the actually no wait, no, there's a bed where I'm going, so so that'll be fine. Okay, so if I go to the zombie farm, the plan I was having is the zombie farm, so like right here essentially the deal is I found a zombie spawner in a dungeon, and I kind of converted that into a mob farm. And the last Minecraft stream last week, I added onto it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm worried that since, like, you know, anything can spawn in darkness, and like, while like most of it will probably be zombies, and let's just be honest, you know, spawner kind of like tips the odds in that favor. I'm worried if a creeper ends up falling down, and like, you know, like just breaking all my hard work. So the idea I got is I'm gonna go grab what I can do is I need a motor and a grinder. Essentially, they'll like autonomously just all drop down, and they'll just take damage from the grinder and be ground up, and all their gubbins will be going into it. Take XP as well. I should probably look at. I probably actually ask the guy thing real quick. But then, okay, the reason I spawned over here, yeah, Bloody Stone. The Bloody Stone. That's what I named this one. Yep. Here's the thing. In order to use the grinder, it needs to be powered by a motor. And the motor runs on transient ichor, which comes from these stones. These little interfaces. Essentially, you take piping, and you pipe the ichor into fluid tanks, which are then pumped into the... I'm assuming it can be, like, either stored in tanks, or just like into the thing directly. But here's the thing. I said this one is like at roughly like X and Z levels 827, 1093, so let's go 800 and 1100. My main base, and this is the one that was the closest one I could find to me that I was able to find when I was just searching for it. This is 11, that's like 111. What was that? Okay. So anyway, this alone is like pretty far away, but considering the zombie farm is also like nowhere near my main base, this one might not cut it. Meaning, what I'm going to do have an axe. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Not thinking much today. Anyways, go here. Let's go out. This way. Yeah, another spawner. So I want to make a spider farm thing. Now the thing I want to do is I want to just look around the immediate vicinity, because ideally if there's like a transient, like, you know, some like, you know, corrupted like stone nearby the mob farm, ideally we save resources by not having to use as many pipes in order to transport it to the facility, rather than like roughly 1,000-ish blocks for that one node to be brought back to the home base, which if I just open like the seeing the waypoints and such. I think that over there is Rwdstone. The other one, that's our main base. So that this one is about 600-ish blocks. So if you can find one nearby here, that could also help with like transportation costs, in like the sense that it'd be easier to pipe the move the ichor to probably both like the mob farm and then the base. But even then, like, I'd probably also want to have primarily be for this base specifically, because like it's not like an infinite like source of like ichor. Like it's like a certain amount of, I don't think wattage is the right term, but I think it's like there's like a certain amount of mileage you get per unit of those little outpoints, which are like the little red holes in the stone, and that's where you like can get the ichor from, I think. And so it's probably not a good idea to like just rely solely on one node for a single thing. So we can spot one that's within the near vicinity of this place. That'd be pretty like useful, and saves all like the power of like the one over there to be farming base. And obviously we can also like have storage tanks, like so like excess ichor can be like, stored up to be used for later. But again, that also means that we'd have to make things for, you'd have to make storage tanks to store that amount of liquid. And we only got so much room for that. They blend in with the stone. It's like, one thing is like, I remember like in like it was like in one of like, the first mod packs, like mod packs I did, like which was one before this one. You know, which like, you know, like the obviously like the data got corrupted, something resource pack. Two like mods were just like really not happy with each other's presence. Something. But like whenever I was like didn't know what like the stuff was, I was finding like several of these like of like the stone, like of that like naturally occurring like nearly everywhere. Like I could accidentally just trip on them. But now that I'm actually needing them and looking for them, they decide just to not spawn nearly as much for reasons I cannot fathom. Or do I understand them, to be honest? Not sure how rare of a spawn it is, all things considered. It's over here, I'm pretty sure this over here is a cave. It's either a cave or a temple. Looking at the gray mid there, it's probably a cave. cave. Yep, it's a cave. But interesting going caving right now. Now it's gonna be a prison. Feelings? Some words, I guess. But like, essentially the... Like, right there is... Right there, it's like up 200-ish blocks. There, that way, that's where the mob farm is. Can you get, like, let me check up here. I don't know. I haven't really been to the top of the mountain, honestly. Eventually, you'd think you'd go to the top of the mountain, like, first thing when you see a mountain. That's what I like to do. I guess I just didn't. I think I got distracted by the winding mine shafts, like, just inside of the mountain. Reasonable. Exploring the caves, exploring the mine camp. Good, like early on, that was a good boost in iron tool stuff. Right here, mark. Here, so there. I imagine, like, the stones just need to spawn on the surface. So maybe there's one up here? Like, if there is one up here, that'd be pretty cool. Pretty sweet. Just playing it cool, Cool. You get a cool. That's a good treat. Anything, it's free XP, so might as well. You. I also know, like, there's a ground bugs. I remember trying to do this or do that, like, when I first found the Rwdstone over there, but no, you can't, like, move the blocks, move, like, the source blocks themselves, nor can you remove, like, you can't, like, mine them and have them, like, be in your inventory. You have to have, also, you can't use a piston to move them either, which means, like, obviously, maybe that would be equally as tedious, but it's an option that I don't have. Have the means to do so. A fool's errand. He's immovable. Makes some kind of sense. What's the point of like having it there? Having the stone there, you have to. You can just move it, like. These images are pretty fun. It's fun, like building around the spawns of it, like naturally. Because you build like your own pipe networks of different fluids. He doesn't spawn it. Oh. Wait. We do need some iron for some of the recipes, so... I say even if we don't find Rwdstone, like, I need that one, I say, like, the exact name isn't coming to me, but, I'm just gonna call it Weeping Stone, because, like, that's not, like, I found that, it makes, you know, that pretty accurate description, stone weeping with blood. Ironing did seem to be using quite a few of like, the recipes for the machinery and such. Is there snow on the top of this mountain? Or is that diorite? I think that's diorite. mostly diorite seams. It's up on the very top. I want to see. Hey, come on. The more I get up here, the less I have to go down underground and encounter the dweller. Here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Iron down here. Down here. Nope. There's iron up though. So let's go up there. Wow, wow. Here. Let's see. Rwdstone feels great. And mine, emerald's pretty thing. Remember that being a thing. Okay, here. Iron. Right. Back up. Here. Pretty good view. Okay, let's bump render distance. Beginners and music scenes. Video settings. Alright. Oh. Very nice of you. I don't think my machine likes the boom. Ink. Here. I feel like I remember like emerald blocks at some point being able to be mined by stone tools. Maybe copper can't, but, like it's better than. I'm pretty sure like copper is meant to be better than stone, but worse than iron. Pretty sure that's like their whole shtick. What are you? I don't know what you. What are you? Calcite. Huh. That's my new mic. Or relatively. Oh. Here. Just not going into the caves. Get the stuff on top of the mountains. We're not going underground into the caves. keep our Y level nice and high. Oh, above sea. Iron, okay, there's my iron down here. Okay, there's the iron. Cool. Here, 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 here. Minor side quest aside. See if we can find a closer vein of Rwdstone. I'm thinking is looking at inventory. Can we take one of these acacia trees, make a boat, and we can see if there's any like so they do, because I do know that they spawn just in general out of like out they just spawn in the ocean just near the surface. We can like find one of those. That would make making the like the little rig for them to like transport the ichor to the different areas where it needs to be loads easier than doing it like a long distance across land, or at least it'd be a bit faster to do so than not. Chest. We can make a chest. Sideways. You can have our more important stuff, all the important like weapons we've gotten, like the iron, and the boat with the chest. Since they're in a chest, they won't despawn. Here. Right. Iron. Eggs. Sparkle planks. All the stuff that's there. Say, yeah. I just need a slight peek in there. Nope. Wee bits. It's probably be a good like area to set up a second base on, all things considered. It'd probably be pretty easy to connect it into like the greater, like we're connected to like the mob farm. Since it's up in the mountain, I can have the mob farms like be like essentially embedded in the mountain. I don't have to like go down like on the Y level and have to deal with him constantly. Gray spots like slightly inland over here. Let's see if those are whether or not they're caves or if they're they're actually stones we can use. Pretty sure they're caves, but just very safely. Sorry. Okay. I'm leaning towards cave, but potentially here. So, okay, that's definitely one. That's a cave. That's a cave. That's also a cave. So it's cave, not cave, just a bit of an indent in the mountain. And that's a cave. Might be me, but like over here, this little gray part seems a bit brighter for some reason. It's a bit too big to be a... Yeah, that's a bit too big to be a... I see it. So then that's also a cave entrance. Oh. Iron there. Here. An island. It's vaguely promising. Normal stone. Any iron? Nope. Then X sand. Here. Oh, there's one stone right here. Very important this one not. One. more right here. No ports. Nope. And there's one over here. Since I don't have a warp beacon on me at the moment, you're probably seeing that it's spare. Negative 1195 62431 5. Okay, where this one is. This one I'll use for mob farm. All that stuff in my inventory, including the boat. Here. Exposed stone, see if there's any bits of iron. Lava. You. I'll probably get rid of the cow thing, honestly. I didn't need it for anything. It's better there. Seeds. blocks over here. Oh. There's ancient bamboo that got broke. Explains why there's so many drops on that. I don't know here, but it doesn't matter. Stop it from burning away. Don't go in. Yeah, down there's where I died. Down there, down in that cave right there. Not feeling privately. Move it. So I might stream a little bit earlier than usual because obviously one main reason I'm tired, but also it's that place I got to be up pretty early tomorrow, and I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm being very entertaining right now. So I'm probably gonna be so I'm gonna end stream a bit early. Hopefully tomorrow I can I'll be able to put on a bit of a better show when I'm not running off of fumes. Yeah. Nice. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Ending stream. 3, 2, 1.